because I like pulled the water that I already drank out of, so like I'm running low.
Yeah. This is a thirsty pod.
Let's see. Oh, I'm testing that, so we can just go ahead and stop that. Drank out of, so
Nice.
I'm running low.
Yeah. YouTube looks good.
YouTube looks good. All right.
Twitch. Come on. There we go. Twitch looks good.
Hey. Go into mod mode.
There we go. Camera's still tripping, but it's okay. We're gonna power through.
Let me scratch my head.
Yeah, get all that stuff out of the way. Get your stretch in, dude. Crack your neck. Let's do it.
Uh-oh. The fuck? Oh, God. My wheels on the fucking cable.
See, this is why we need to get a studio with like lounge chairs, dude, and a camera. Fuck all these cables.
Dude, tired of fucking cables, bro. All right. Let's fucking get it, dude. You ready?
Yep, let's go.
I'm just fucking making loud sounds here. All right. Let me look at you. And we are popping off. Let's fucking get it. What up, Twitch? What up, YouTube? We going. We going now. Dude, it's another one. I'm Mark.
And I'm Vic.
And we are To Live and Talk in LA. Still don't have an intro. I always think about it right when we do the show.
That was an intro.
It is, I know. But like a little more fanfare.
Like a more elaborate intro. I can see that.
I know.
We can work on it a little bit.
We're getting there, dude. But we're back on Wednesday. That's half the battle.
That's true. We had a little bit of a some turbulence, I'd say, for the last couple weeks, you know, living our lives out here in LA. It's expected. We're cool dudes.
I mean, very cool dudes.
Yeah.
Without saying, like it should go without saying. But yeah, I mean, we talked about it. Why we missed the last two Wednesdays. One was anniversary for me and a Guatemalan. The other one was for your girl show.
All important things, dude. Look at us, two good relationship partners prioritizing. Sometimes you have to, dude. You know.
Does your girl get a name now?
I should think of like a fun pod name for her besides my girl. It's funny. She was telling her mom, because her mom watches the show sometimes, and she says he refers to me as my girl. And I was like, is that not good? I don't know. I could be more creative.
You can be more creative.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to go with like a nationality thing though, so I have to come up with something fun.
I mean, it could be nationality. It could be insecurities. It could be yeah.
She would love that. I'll make a list, and then we'll just do. Maybe we can do a bracket on the show of all the insecurities and which one would be the funniest. I think she would appreciate that.
Dude, it's getting hot. I don't understand the weather right now.
Dude, it's bipolar.
It's cold and it's hot, and now it's gonna start raining on Saturday, and I have shit to say. I have shit to say. Good. Okay. Well, I'll go first since I'm ready. Because I'm nice like that.
Get it, dude.
You know how it was raining once every week, and I was afraid to go get my car washed, and I never washed my car ever since the bumper incident where it just got ripped off by a hit and run driver.
Right.
So I was not washing the car, and I took it in finally on Saturday. I said, today is the day.
I'm going to. In. It's like you're going to the doctor or the vet or something.
I'm running errands. Normally I get my laundry done on the weekdays, but I said, Saturday is for the chores. And I had some other things I had to do, but I said, this morning I will go ahead and knock these out of the park. And I take the laundry in, I go to the post office, I take it to the car wash, and I always talk to the same guy. And I don't know how you feel about this, but you know when the cashier slash clerk slash barista is always a step ahead of you in terms of being funny and always witty.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty good with baristas and
Pretty good.
cashiers. I was just saying today,
Okay.
I try to make them laugh. I ran into an angry cashier today. We don't need to get into it, but I was like, this is not how
Mm.
this is supposed to go. You
You're
know,
supposed to grovel about how great I am with people.
laugh at my shitty jokes.
Well, the guy was chatting with me and he said it was the same guy, and I always forget his demeanor and manner, but
Mm.
I said, I think I'm going to do the VIP wash because I'm VIP. I'm going to do it. And as I think, he's
He's
like,
never heard this before,
yeah.
right? It's
And
fresh.
and he said, No, I can't do that. I can't do, I think. You need to know. And I said, Oh, okay. Funny. I like that.
Yeah, he's
And then
like
he,
taking a page from Yoda's book, dude. Do or
and,
do not. There is no try.
yeah,
There you go, people.
just do the, very good.
Hmm.
We'll do +1 for your Yoda.
Thank you.
And he then makes the comment of how he'll restore the paint, he'll make sure that we wash it, and he offers these services down the road, and I always politely decline. I say, it sounds like it's going to be a long time. And he makes the comment that, well, I mean, make sure your car looks good because it lasts forever. It lasts forever.
Hmm.
It lasts forever. It lasts forever. That will forever be in my head. And I said, yeah, I've held on to this car forever. Every time I think I want a new car, it just holds on for dear life, and I just say whatever. I don't really care about cars. I then go sit down, and it runs through the car wash, and then eventually, two guys come up to me and say, "Hey, your car is stuck in neutral." And I say, "That's weird." They then reply, "Well, this never happens to you because it's happening now." And I said, I just said this is news to me. It's never happened to me.
What did you do to my car?
So we can go ahead and I don't know. It's stuck on neutral. So I go look at it. I verify. I start shifting the gears because it's in park, but it says neutral, and I can't do anything with it. And I say, well, fucking great. It's Saturday at 11:30 p.m.
Hmm.
Let's figure out what we can do. And eventually, one of the guys who seems like he knows cars a little bit says, I think it's the transmission. I think something's fucked up with the transmission.
It's a good guess if it's not changing gears. It's a good place to start.
Yeah. So I said, okay, well, let me start Googling transmission places. I don't know in what world where car problems don't happen on weekends past noon, which is shops close at 1 p.m. on Saturdays, for at the latest 5 p.m. on Saturday, and they're like Chick-fil-A. They're closed on Sundays. We
That's
live in
crazy.
a we live in LA. We don't live in Mayberry with, Aunt May and, like Andy Griffith.
There's a million people here.
We live in LA, and you think that there's going to be places that will be readily available. And at 11:30 or whatever time it was, I'm Googling transmission places because not everyone works in transmissions,
Hmm.
apparently. So I start Googling it, and then closes at 11, closes at noon, closes at 1. And I'm like, okay. And then I call places that close at 5, and they say, hey, Google says you service transmissions. And they tell me they used to. They don't anymore.
They're out
And
the
I
game,
said,
dude.
okay, great. After about 40 minutes of phone calls and texting some people who know cars to some degree, I find a place in Burbank. It's not too far from where I'm at. I say,
Okay.
okay, cool, let's do it. How am I going to get my car there? And I need to beat the whole thing, beat the time,
Mm.
which is they close at 5, which is great. They say they can look at it, but there's a chance they might not be able to they might not be able to fix the car or even look at it that day. And I'm stuck. I have nowhere to go, so I say, okay, AAA, do your thing. I get on the app. I call them. I actually don't call them. I use the app and ping them where I'm at, like a
Oh
Domino's
wow.
Pizza. And I go through the system, right?
Mm.
And I have to tell them I'm in the car wash parking lot. I'm not on the street. I'm in the car wash parking lot. And after about 40 minutes and me sweating bullets, the AAA finally comes, and it's two guys. And I always think it's never good when it's two guys.
They're gonna G you out, bro.
Yeah. So they go, and the guy says, "Shit, you're in the parking lot." And he's like, "Let me try something." So he pops the hood, and I don't have a metal rod thingy. I don't know what you call it.
Hmm.
To hold it, so I have to hold it for him. To,
See, what
thank
you do
God.
is you just hold it up and then lean against something, so it looks like you're just cool chilling.
Yeah.
You know?
No, the last thing I want is for me to drop the hood on someone
Yeah.
because the hood might be too hot or something. So I'm like holding on for dear life, and he's able to shift it manually under. So
I didn't know you could do that. Okay.
I don't know either because I don't know cars.
Oh.
And he tells me that the cable looks like it's just fucking severed or not working properly. But I'm able to go in reverse. So we test it out. It works. Then it doesn't work. So we take my car to the parking lot. I put the hazards on like a good person, and I just drive up to the side street, and we do it again. And they offer me the whole we can either tow the car or we can follow you. And I decide, just follow me, please, and let's see if I can make it there. It's not too far away. It's literally 2 miles from here.
Hmm.
Great. I take it in, and at this point, I'm just like, I am in Aaron's clothes, which is I'm wearing not Aaron like my boyfriend. I'm
Ah.
Aaron.
Thank you
Yeah.
for
So
clarifying. I'm
yeah,
like,
thank you. I got you. And Aaron could have been a girl. I don't know why I went there. And so
self-reporting.
I'm wearing like red shorts. I'm wearing a blue t-shirt. I'm wearing just like high socks and shoes that don't match because I just didn't give a fuck. And
Shoes that
then
don't match, like different left and right.
no, like well, the outfit was just not
Oh, I was
color
like,
coordinated.
dude, what's
Yeah,
going
no,
on? Okay, okay,
no.
that's fine.
So, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I dropped the car off. They tell me, okay, cool. Like, just you got to hang out. You got to hang out. You got to hang out. I say, all right. I will go get lunch down the street, and I have time to kill. I'll go get Starbucks. And that's when you run into people you don't really haven't seen in forever. So I look like fucking discombobulated bum.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, well, there you go.
Who'd you see, dude?
Just someone from my work life.
Got it. I thought,
And
you run into like a former lover looking like shit. It's like, damn,
yeah,
why today?
I know. Oh, hold up. You're gonna hear recording.
Recording in progress.
I forgot to
Let's
record a
get
Zoom call.
it.
Not a big deal. Not a big deal.
That's fine.
And I say, okay, cool. The end result is the fact that I had to pay $700 to fix the cable in the car, and it always happens when I come up with some money. So
That's what it feels like.
that's the bumper money. I had a little bit of a Christmas bonus. That was bumper money,
Right.
and I got a little bit of a influx of a bonus, and $700 was my car. So, fuck my life.
I'm
I
sorry,
hate it
dude.
here, and that's my weekend. How about you?
Well, my weekend was good. I finished up my birthday celebrations. We went to Medieval Times, dude, on Saturday. Have you
Okay.
been?
It's been years. It's been years.
Okay.
But it's a good time. It's red team or blue team.
I was yellow, which
Oh, wait a
doesn't feel
minute.
good to me. When I walked in, I said, I want any color except for yellow, and he hands me a yellow badge, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. We're gonna carry on. It's all good. And
Yeah.
so, we get in there. I was there. I'd been there when I was a little kid, and like a field trip or something, and it was cool. I liked it at the time, but I had really no recollection of what they do, besides jousting and stuff. And I have some nerdy friends, so we decided to roll up, dude. And the three guys I was with had never been there, so they were really excited. We got matching Medieval Times beer mugs, which are dope. And honestly, it was pretty fun, dude. They all wanted to go back. I don't know if I would go
Mm.
back sometime soon,
Yeah.
but I think that's just because our guy lost. Our guy lost twice in a row immediately. It's like it's all scripted or whatever. They pick a different one every time. They get to
Yeah.
rotate. But I'm like, dude, Yellow, he was the first one to joust. He immediately gets shit on, right? I'm like, oh
Mhm.
my God. We were like, no, right? And then we're like, you know what? They said, hey, go take a seat, drink some water, come back, Yellow Knight. You're going to need to take another chance, okay?
Mhm.
So, we're watching stuff. The green guy just shredding out there. The red one is evil. He's betraying people, doing cool stuff, right? Yellow
Yeah.
comes back out, just gets freaking skunked again, bro. And then this was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes into the show. Yellow's already down 2 times, and he's dead, and he was just out. And I'm like, what the hell? You know, it was a little tough being in the loser section. I'm not gonna lie, for 80% of the show. But it was cool. It was pretty cool. You know, they had a queen there. They had a falcon that flew around the place. You eat with your hands. There's no utensils. I thought that was pretty dope. It was a good time, dude. On Sunday,
do you still get one napkin?
You do.
Yeah.
You get one napkin, and it's one of those like tough, like plastic paper napkins that doesn't really want to absorb things. You know, it didn't feel like it was putting in 100%, that napkin. So, anyways, but it was a good time. They bring you like a wet towel at the end, which I really appreciated because I just had a half a chicken with my fingers.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It was a really good time. It's farther away than I remember, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta road trip. Sunday finished. You know, it was good. And the reason I'm coming back to this is because we were talking about the weather, right, and how shitty it is, and how it's hot and it's cold. So Sunday I'm at the house with my boys. We're doing nerdy board game stuff, right? I'm not gonna get into it, but we were playing this board game that takes all day, and it was amazing. I didn't win, but it's still fun. It's about the journey, and it starts to get hot, dude. Around like 2 o'clock, it's getting kind of warm. You know, we're 4 dudes in there talking shit, drinking beers. It's kind of warm. I go over to turn on my AC. It doesn't work. Just doesn't work. I'm like, oh wow, okay. And I call my landlord or you know my supervisor, and she's like, yeah, try the breaker thing and try you know do this or do whatever. I'm like, okay, none of it works. Turns out my heater and my AC motor is broken, and so the weather's pretty good out here. It's not that bad, but I've basically been living in a cave. I have all my blinds closed like a crazy person because I don't want to let any heat in here. So it's just my cat is confused. I'm living in darkness. It's pretty hot. It's not comfortable either way. Like when it's hot, I can't get it down. When it's cold, I'm a little chilly. It's just been it's been kind of a weird like 4 days for me, but I'm learning a lot about myself. So it's okay. You know.
Yeah. It's cooking today, dude. I was on the road today for about an hour and it was just hot. It was fucking hot, dude. And I don't know where I want to go with this. I know everyone's all talking. I actually don't mind the cold. You can always layer up, but when it's hot, I can't really take my clothes off.
You can't stop yourself from sweating either. I've been sweating all day. I came home and took a cold shower like a serial killer because I was so hot and I was sweating all day, dude. It's rough.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I hate weather. I'm gonna just put it out there.
I wish it would be like 71 every day. I don't know where that place is, but that's where I want to move.
I think it's San Diego.
Maybe.
I think it's San Diego. No one ever talked. I say that because everyone in San Diego just operates like they're at a 4 all the time. You know, if New York is a 10, I think LA is a 7. San Diego's a 2.
Big chilling,
or
dude.
3. Everyone's just big chilling. It's always 73 degrees and no one knows anything. And I think they're happy that way.
Ignorance is bliss, my dude.
It's pod people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess another thing I should mention, WrestleMania happened this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And big fan, WWE fan, then now forever, a WWE tagline. I was really stoked to see that. I mean, it's become it's to the point where WrestleMania was getting so so jam packed. I think I went to the last WrestleMania.
Where is it?
Maybe there's another one. It's a different place every time.
Oh, but there's just one.
When I went there, what?
There's just like one, and it moves around like the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. That's dope.
And I went to WrestleMania in Dallas, Texas. So that year, that was a pretty cool one. And The Rock came out with a flamethrower, and but it was about 6 hours long, maybe 7 with the pre-show or the warm-up, and it's long.
It's a lot of wrestling,
fucking long
dude.
event.
Yeah.
So at that point, in the last couple of years, they made the decision to split it into 2 nights, which I think it's good. It's just then your weekend is going to be all about wrestling, which I guess for the kid in me, it's fine. I just can only ingest so much media. But like for me to carve out time of 4 hours on the Saturday and 4 hours on the Sunday to watch Cody Rhodes finish the story. It was a good time, man. Like, but it's just long, bro.
I
It's long.
mean, you got to be about it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's a test of your
Mhm.
endurance, I guess, dude. But hey, those guys are out there jumping onto tables and doing stuff 2 days
Yeah.
in a row. I got to give it to them, dude, because I think one day maybe you just drink a Red Bull, go out there and just power
Yeah.
through, dude, and you're sore as hell the next day. But
Mhm.
to get up and do it again, I don't know, man. Respect.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't bore you with the ring psychology of of my favorite matches of those that night.
Thank you.
I will talk to you about how Lil Wayne like came out and performed for one of the wrestlers for Jimmy Uso, and it was quite honestly the worst performance I've ever seen for an entrance.
Oh, it was an entrance just when he was coming in?
Yeah, you know,
Huh.
when you've seen it in like big time, prime time boxing fights and
Mm.
UFC, when you have Eminem rapping and walking behind the guy and doing it, you're like, that's dope. I
Yeah.
want that. If I'm ever rich, um, I want this for me to walk into a room. And I don't know, do you have
T-Pain.
yeah, okay, chat. If you have, what's your walk-in song? You're about to go like, and it doesn't. You can be going to the big fight. You could be going to bang a chick. You could be going to the bank for all I care. But you have enough money that someone will sing as your or rap. What song is that? You said T-Pain.
A close second would be Black Sabbath. I'm in a Black Sabbath phase right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I have this song that literally I listen to it when I'm trying to like pump myself up and go somewhere because it just feels like a death march. Like it feels like I'm walking with like a torch or something, and I'm about to like
Mhm.
fuck something up, dude. Is what that song
Yeah.
makes me feel like. So, it's it's kind of a mix. Depends on the mood, I guess. Either T-Pain or Black Sabbath.
All right. Well, I'm a T-Pain fan. What T-Pain song you doing?
No, I want him to freestyle, dude.
Oh,
I want to be like make a song about me, but make
yeah.
it cool. You ever see his band perform and they play like covers of other stuff and it's like kick ass? Have you seen?
T-Pain under the covers.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, it's
Yeah.
awesome. And I'm like, that's actually why I started listening to this old Black Sabbath album because I was watching
Yeah.
him play a cover of one of those, and I was like, damn, this bangs, dude. And I started
Yeah.
digging into it. But yeah, he can play whatever. Honestly, he's
Mm.
dope. I'm a supporter. What about you?
Yeah. I think I'm doing Alanis Morissette. You ought to know.
You would.
Yeah.
That's a
It's
good one though.
it's a good one. Like I think again, very angry song talking about cross-eyed bears. It's just kind of a banger. I think I saw some UFC fighter do this, which or I don't know if it was boxing, but Lupe Fiasco did Superstar, and I thought that was fucking
Fiasco.
dope.
That's a name I
Yeah.
haven't heard in a long time, dude.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's
look at him.
he's one of the few people I shelled out money for to go see in concert.
How was that?
It was great.
He did
It
Kick
was in
Push?
downtown. He did Kick Push.
Nice.
It was it was like the 10-year, 20-year anniversary. I don't know, I'm old now. Of like the Food and Liquor album, and I said, all right, I'll go. I'll like I've only paid for 3 concerts in my life. I think that's the number I paid for.
That is insane. I go to so many concerts. That's funny.
I know you do. I paid for Lupe Fiasco. I paid for Ariana Grande, and I don't know. Maybe those are the only 2 I paid for because I went to 311, but I had to plug because
Yeah.
you know I don't like to drop that. I know
Cool
some
like
of the
that.
people from 311, Peanut. You know what up? I don't like to drop that I know people from 311.
Right.
But I think those are the only 2 concerts I've actually given hard money for.
Do you just not like concerts or what?
It's just I'm not tuned into the concert world. So when someone's like live in LA, the problem about living in LA is that there's always something going on.
Everybody comes here. Yeah.
Everybody comes here, and you kind of just don't. It would be something if I was in, not Branson because that's kind of hot right now, but like let's say I was in Iowa, and if I don't know, Paramore were to come into town, I feel like everybody would know.
Yeah.
Like
Everybody's
everybody
talking
would
about it
know.
at the
Yeah.
watering hole. Yeah.
They're like, did you hear? Like, so and so is coming to town. It's like here in LA, it's like, all right, like there's always something going on. So I just don't think about it. It's not on my radar. Then all of a sudden I find out about it a week before.
And the tickets are
And
$400.
The tickets, yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'm kind of done.
You know what you have to do?
Mhm.
I have a pro tip for you.
Yeah.
Go download Spotify, make an account,
Yeah.
and then any
Yeah.
artist that you follow, there's like a concert section, and all the stuff that you're into, plus a little bit of
Yeah.
extras, it just shows you when they're in town. It's actually so nice. I check every
Yeah.
once in a while, And I'm like, oh, dang, these guys are here in a month. Let me get a ticket now, right? It's actually it comes in handy. I just got these tickets. I got 3 tickets to see a band called Cortex. It's an old man band. It's a 70s French, like a funk jazz band, but they're gods. And if you're into it, you know them, right? And I'm like so stoked. $30 tickets, dude. I'm like, my mind is blown. By the way, we have a couple people in the chat with their anthems when they walk in. Anything by Dart Punk, probably Daft Punk. There it is.
I feel like, well, I mean, you gotta have a DJ on a mobile device to walk you through, right?
They could just be like, it'll be in their helmets, dude, and they're just like banging like that. With the technology, they could do it. They're smart guys. I think they're aliens under those helmets anyway.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to kick in here. Here, there you go. See?
Oh yeah. One more time.
I feel like I go through waves of I am so fucked out of this song, and then I hear it and I'm like, I kind of like it again.
You listen. You just gotta give it like 10, 15 seconds, and then you're like, nah, I'm back, dude. I'm in. I'm in.
So you're a Daft Punk dude?
Yeah, kinda. I mean, who's not? You know?
Yeah.
They got that slow song, Something About Us. I can listen to that song every day. Like, it's so good. Yeah. Yeah, there I am, dude. But anyways, we got a couple more, actually. I don't know. Are you going to feature all of them on the pod? Should I just let you do your thing? I'm going to let you cook, dude.
Yeah, let me cook.
Okay. Okay.
This is a good one. This is from Alco.
Let's hear it.
I like the funky jet, like the beat, you know, the
This is another timeless song, dude.
Long intro to amp you up.
It's okay. You're kind of grooving. You're in the car. You're bobbing your head. You're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Or if you're doing what I'm doing, get in a car before they sing as I walk in, is I do the rapping to myself of, do I have my phone, my wallet, my cigarettes, my keys? That's my amp up. Yeah, the taps.
Yeah.
As a smoker, when someone asks you for a lighter, why do we always default to patting our chest when we're not wearing chest pockets?
That's the move. Like, nah, bro, look elsewhere. It's like my cat. When I don't have any food, or I go like this. Sorry. So I think we're humans. You just tap your chest, like, nothing.
This is a long lead up.
Yeah, he wants you to like want it. You know.
Yeah. I fuck with this.
Yeah, dude. We're getting some good stuff in here.
Look at that. Oh, well, while we're playing Hall & Oates, Cortex played the Lodge Room in November in a pretty intimate room.
You know what? And it seems like they come around every once in a while. I did not know about this until I saw them posted on a Jazz is Dead Instagram page, and I was like, whoa, this is cool. And yes, correct, Third Eye Portal, many MF Doom samples. Third Eye Portal is a real one.
Yeah.
Shout out. Good music taste. I approve.
I'm wearing my Dr. Doom shirt right now, and then everyone keeps talking to me about MF Doom, and I'm like, I don't really listen to MF Doom. I have to like,
you should
be kind of, I should, right?
It's
but
a
the
little
thing is,
weird, but it's good.
I don't. I feel like if you played me a song, I'm like, oh, that's dope. But then I have to have this conversation of, do I have to acknowledge MF Doom being a chill dude because he's dead? Because I mean, I love Dr. Doom. I think
Ultimate
Dr. Doom is a super cool villain.
Yeah.
But when people talk to me about MF Doom, I'm like, it's like the same thing when I wear a Dodger hat. When I wear a Dodger hat and I didn't see the game because I don't watch the game, and I wear it the next day, someone's like, hey, so how was Mookie Betts last night? I said, I don't know, dude. I just wore the hat. I didn't even know I was wearing a Dodger hat. I just know
Mookie Betts? I'm just kidding. I know who Mookie is. He's badass. Yeah. But I ran into a Ralph's the other day, and I was wearing a Dodger hat, and somebody asked me, and I just kept pushing, dude, because I couldn't deal with the shame. I don't watch Dodger games, honestly, because they don't make them accessible to people. So it's like, I'm not gonna get some premium service or get whatever MLB ticket shit to watch this. No way. Yeah. To bore myself every day. I'll go to Dodger games, and I love being there live. You know, it's just one of those things.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, because it's going to be a thing where if I tell you I didn't watch the game or I'm not really a Dodger fan, I just like the hat, I'm going to walk away and you're going to talk to your friends calling me a poser. And I don't really like that.
Well, and it's like, what are you going to, what do you want to have a random conversation with me on the street about the game yesterday? Like, what do you want? You know?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna ask me for the score? Well, you gonna have a phone? What are we doing here? That's what I think. Maybe I'm being too LA and like not being welcoming to people chatting me up, but I don't really see that. I don't know what do you want? You know?
Well, back to the whole thing about, and that's why I'm kind of jealous about other towns though. Like when things come into town, it's a big deal. When I went to Dallas and I saw WrestleMania in Dallas, the whole town was WrestleMania. You know, when I got to the airport, there were screens in the terminals that were WrestleMania themed. When I took the Uber out, WrestleMania everywhere. Here in LA, everything's too cool. So you don't know what's coming to town. Taylor Swift was in town for doing the Eras tour, and we just knew what was going on. There was no, maybe if you got to SoFi, there would probably be some Taylor Swift flags or something. But it just doesn't feel like anything. It just feels like any other day, just like how we get no weather. And it just feels like we're always kind of going through perpetual, like everything's the same. I don't know when things are happening in LA.
Because everybody's too cool to tell you about it. There's a lot of gatekeepers out here, right? They're like, oh, I know this cool thing. I did that about the Cortex show. I'm not even going to lie. I bought 3 tickets, and I know this dude who likes Cortex, but I didn't tell his ass because I don't want him to come with me, dude. He's got to figure it out himself. If I see him there, cool. If not, he's sleeping, dude. You know?
Yeah.
By the way, did you see the Eclipse this week?
I did see the Eclipse.
You did. Did you use glasses?
Yeah. I was able. Someone had extra glasses, and I looked at it. Well, I'm gonna sound fucking stupid. Just like a disclaimer that I don't even have to say because that's
to be
the
expected.
show.
Yeah,
that's to be expected.
That's who we are.
This was a solar eclipse, right?
Yes.
And I feel like every year or two, there's always some type of eclipse that's happening, and then all of a sudden, like this is the one that's gonna happen, and something like this doesn't happen 40 years, and then I feel like pan to this week on Monday, we had a solar eclipse, and this will never happen again another 40 years. What is going on? Is there multiple eclipses I don't know about?
I think like there's big ones, and then there's like just kind of like half eclipses, like because I think when you were looking at it, did you see the whole thing? Like there wasn't like a blackout or anything, and I think unless you're in the what do they call that? Like what is it, like supremacy, or no? It's
the white supremacy lines. Got it.
No, it's like in deficit. It's infinity, or what the hell is it? I can't remember the word, but basically when it's all black, right? That's like the thing, and I think you didn't get that unless you're in Mexico, Texas, like Chicago. But I think out here, it's like you're just seeing just like a shitty version of it, right?
So LA, dude.
I'm not in,
so
dude.
LA.
I'm not in.
LA didn't even acknowledge the eclipse.
Dude, and you know what's funny? Because you were saying, like, I don't even know when stuff is happening. So I was chilling here on Monday, like, on my computer. I was working from home, doing whatever, but I was watching, like, a live stream of a video game on Twitch. And the guy's like, hey, by the way, don't forget the eclipse is happening in, like, 5 minutes if you guys are, like, not working or playing video games. And I was like, oh, what the hell? And it turns out there's a live stream from NASA of this whole thing. And I didn't even know it was happening. So I looked outside my window, like, what's happening? But you need glasses. And where do people get these glasses? No, I didn't see any signs. Nobody told me. Nobody tried to peddle glasses to me. I was disappointed. And that's so LA. You know?
Yeah. I thought the glasses were going to be something super high tech and it was something you get out of a cereal box, because I was at work and everyone said, "Hey, go to the roof and you can go ahead and see the eclipse." And I said, "Okay." And if I didn't have the glasses, I would not have seen it. And
oh, really?
Yeah, because it's just fucking bright. And so I looked up in the sky and I said, "Oh, cool!" Like, and I saw with the glasses, and I saw the moon blocking the sun. And that's the eclipse.
Did it change your life?
No.
So that's the thing that makes me like, maybe I don't want to see it, right? Because I've been reading these Reddit posts about it, and people are like, they call them eclipse chasers, right? There's these people that drive like 1,000 miles, 600 miles to get into that like blackout zone, and apparently once you see it, like you can't go back. Like it's apparently, like, some people say that like it absolutely it just changes your life. Like, and then now they're looking to drive like 2,000 miles. They're gonna fly to another country. Like people make like they dedicate their lives to this, just going around and doing this. And I don't want to be that guy because I love space and nerdy shit. So it's like I don't want to open that box, bro. I can't be affording tickets to Italy to look at the sun. You know,
At that point, it's like the Grateful Dead fans. They just follow them wherever they go.
dude. And that doesn't make any sense to me because I'm gonna say it right here. It might be a hot take. The Grateful Dead is ass. I don't understand following these guys for your whole life. I listen to old stuff. I listen to all kinds of stuff. I don't get it, dude. I try to give it an honest try like 3 times, and I just can't do it.
I actually can tell you, I've never knowingly listened to the Grateful Dead. I've probably heard it. They probably played it in movies, and I've probably heard it on the radio, but I just know the Grateful Dead, and I know that reference. I actually don't know.
It's called totality. That's what it is. When it's fully covered and you get like that like ring totality. I was trying to think what it is. You know, something that sounds intense.
Not supremacy. Got
it could be same thing. It sounds similar. But yeah, there's these people that are like, that's just what they do now, and I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. So I think I'm just gonna avoid eclipses unless it passes right over LA and it's like the dankest, you know, totality cool thing. I'm in, but otherwise, I just watch the NASA stream, dude.
Well, you know who's attuned to the eclipses? Animals.
Really?
Headline: Zoo animals got quiet, exhibited nighttime behavior during total solar eclipse. Scientists and zookeepers watched Monday as giraffes, gorillas, lions, macaws, and flamingos, oh my, exhibited unusual behavior during the total solar eclipse. Because total solar eclipses happen so infrequently, researchers don't know much about how they impact animals. They studied animals on Monday at several zoos situated along the eclipse path of totality, such as the Fort Worth Zoo in Texas. Animals were largely calm at the Fort Worth Zoo, though some, including the gorillas, lions, and lemurs, showed increased signs of vigilance and curiosity. So they were like, where the fuck's the sun, dude? What's going on here?
I think that's to be expected, right? Imagine being alive, you know, 1,500 years ago, and the sun just like randomly blacks out for 4 minutes. You're probably like very alert. I would think the world is ending, probably, or God is coming, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like the dinosaurs, if you believe that they existed. They're just chilling one day and all of a sudden wiped off the face of the earth. A
What
comet.
can you do? You know?
And, like, it just wipes them out. And I mean, gorillas seem to be pretty attuned to everything, so I feel like I'm not surprised that they did that. Several animals at the Fort Worth Zoo made their way toward their barn doors, which is where they go at night. As the skies darkened during the eclipse, the zoo spokesperson said, the Aldabara tortoises, giraffes, elephants, kudu, bonobos, codus, and gorillas all headed towards their barns. So they're like, all right, it's nighttime.
They're like, all right, I guess it's time to go to bed. Fuck it.
Let's go to sleep time.
That's funny. I want to name an animal. Is that kudu, dabarda? I want to name an animal a random sound. You could do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
I mean,
back to the topic.
No, but I mean, the animals just said, all right, like, that must be a nice life. That must be a
100%.
nice life. Because, like, you know, like, if the sun does that with the eclipse, totality, I feel like I'm stuck in the work mode. And I'm like, oh, you got to work through this. You got to figure it out. And, like, you know, I'm just so ingrained into the work grind. Or I'm playing Alan Wake and I kind of just don't give a shit. And I'm like, if something happens, something happens. I'm trying to finish this fucking game. It's been too long.
Animals have it pretty good, dude. They just kind of do what they feel like, you know?
Yeah.
I'm jealous sometimes. Like, feel like eating, go find some food. I mean, I guess it's tough because you have to, like, track down the food, you know?
Yeah.
But otherwise, it seems pretty chill. You kind of sleep when you feel like, especially if you're like a big animal, you know? I don't know. If reincarnation is real, maybe I take a lap as like a tiger or something, you know?
That would be your animal to be reincarnated as a tiger?
I mean, tigers are pretty badass. Maybe like a large bird would be cool. Just fly around and chill.
I'm going bird 100%.
Like a seahawk, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah. I'm going eagle. I'm going hawk. I'm going hawk. To be a hawk would be like cool because you're top of the food chain in a sense. Because I don't want to be like a pigeon.
Nobody wants to be a pigeon.
Yeah,
Pigeons don't even want to be pigeons, dude. It's tough.
But to be a hawk and reincarnate as a hawk because I want to fly. I think that's just what it comes down to. I don't really care for the ocean, but for me to be just miles above you and then just crapping on things where I see fit, that seems like a chill ass time.
You can just reap judgment on anybody down there you see. Just take a crap on them, and they can't even do anything. You know, birds have it pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. What animals do you want to be reincarnated as, chat? We'd love to know that.
Let us know, and we can discuss which ones are the best answers, dude.
A gorilla, I feel like, would be just like a reroll of a human. And you're like,
and gorillas, like, you're tied down by all the little gorillas and like women gorillas and stuff. And there's like, they live in a community and they just lounge around all the time. I don't want to deal with all that. You know, I don't want like challenge. I'd like to just be like an independent animal. I think like a bird. Birds just do what they want, I think.
well, you have flocks.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be a flock bird. There's no flocks of eagles, dude. You know,
That's true.
There's a flock of like pelicans and ducks and stuff, but then I ain't gonna be a duck.
Well, if you're a gorilla, then you know your only natural predator is a laser beam.
Pretty much, yeah. You're at the top, dude.
Have you seen Congo?
Mm-mm.
Oh, then that
Did
reference
they
kind of
die
went
of
over it.
lasers? Yeah, I mean, I figure, hey, it's got to be from something. But
Dude,
I haven't seen that.
I remember watching as a kid, and like I don't really remember the beats of Congo. I just remember watching it. There was a time in life, young people, where you'd have to watch the movies that were on TV because there was nothing on
with ads.
with ads, and Congo was one of them. And I just remember laser beams ripping through the gorillas, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And I guess the gorillas were going buck wild, and like they were not being very good to the people in the movie.
Gotta put them down, dude.
Yeah, and the way to do it was with laser beams, and to see gorillas get chopped up by laser beams was pretty sick.
I'm gonna have to add that to my list because I do like laser beams quite a bit. So I'll give it a look. I'll report back.
As a gorilla, you can open doors.
100%.
That's
You
kind
can
of
just
cool.
tear them off too if it doesn't open. So
Yeah.
you got a lot of options.
I want to be an animal. If I were to be reincarnated, it would be anything that can be used in a man versus animal kind of thing. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember this years ago, but it was in the late '90s, and they had it might even it would be in the 2000s, but it was they had the best of the best go against animals. So they had like one of the Olympic runners run against fucking different animals, like a gazelle and a giraffe. And then there was a sumo wrestler. I'll always remember this. Essentially doing a tug of war with an orangutan.
Interesting.
And the orangutan did not know what was going on, but it just made light work of the sumo wrestler. The orangutan, finger in his ass, one hand, rope in the other, and he just pulled, like, the sumo wrestler was trying his damn hardest to pull this gorilla off, or orangutan. Didn't happen. And yeah, didn't happen.
Animals are crazy strong, dude. And it's like, you think an orangutan, they're just like tripped out and just like eating, I don't know what, vegetables all day. Like, how do they get so damn strong, dude? You think if we lived out in the woods, we'd end up getting like super jacked? I feel like we wouldn't. We're different.
Well, we're just built different. Survivor, man.
And we're not willing to go camping, so we'll never know.
Yeah, fuck camping. Kobayashi went against a bear in a hot dog eating contest. Yeah, the bear just fucking light work again.
You can't beat. Yeah,
You can't beat a bear.
The bear could eat him.
The bear could eat
in one sitting.
The only one that I remember winning was the U.S. like drill sergeant, and he did a why I remember all this, but I can't remember algebra. I don't know.
Hey,
but
you're digging deep, dude. This is like you have multiple examples. It's pretty good.
This U.S. drill sergeant, essentially beats this monkey at a obstacle course. Because the monkey just like, I don't even know what's going on here, dude. And
I almost feel like if the monkey was wise, he would just beat him too, dude. Monkey, you're not gonna out an obstacle course is made for a monkey. You know.
But the main event of this thing, the main event of this whole man versus beast thing, was they essentially clipped like 100 midgets or little people. Sorry.
I was gonna say, dude. Whoa.
To a plane, and they had to. And they all had to pull the plane against an elephant.
Why little people?
I don't know.
Why? Why? It seems like such a random thing to throw in at the grand finale.
it becomes like one of those questions, those hypothetical questions. Like, do you think you can kick 100 like kindergartners' asses?
Hell
Like
yeah.
it's like, yeah,
That's true.
like light work. Yeah. So I think it's like, hey, we could have regular people pull this plane, but what would raise the stakes and make them higher,
Yeah.
ironically, is to get little people to pull this plane.
Yeah, I mean,
And
what's better, watching 50 dudes try to pull down a plane or 100 little people? I'm taking little people every time, all day, dude.
I mean, it put like they gave me that memory. I'll always have that memory. Like I have to
Yeah.
thank them because that was something that was special. But yes, I want to be reincarnated as a as as animal for that. I see panda in the chat. I think panda is a good one. Don't pandas eat their babies?
I don't know, but that's sad if they do. Because we need the pandas. They need to explain to them that they're almost extinct. And then maybe they wouldn't do that because it's pretty tough right now. They're down bad. Great white shark in the chat. Also a good option. Well, almost. I mean, besides orcas, I guess. But that's pretty good. Great whites are pretty sick.
Yeah.
They don't have as much fun, though, I think. They're just kind of swimming around, you know.
Just
I
moving
don't know.
around.
That's pretty cool.
Is YouTube playing in the chat? It's fine. That's oh, and YouTube, they are talking about swordfishes. That's crazy.
Oh, wait, I didn't see that.
No, dude, just make it seem like it's busy over there.
Oh, YouTube is going crazy right now, man.
Thank you.
It
Oh
just
my god.
refreshed. There it is. All this
Yeah.
discussion. I don't even need to get in there because they're already having at it. So, you
Yeah, a
YouTubers.
rhino.
Rhino's good too. Rhino's good too. I have something that I want to bring up, dude. It's dear to my
Okay.
heart.
Okay.
You know I'm a board game dude.
Yeah,
I was playing board games. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna give you guys the whole story, but I told the homies to come through at noon on Sunday, and they didn't leave till 11. And we played the same game, and we only played it once. So that's including lunch and dinner. But it's quite an epic thing. Anyways, there's a couple things in the board game world that I want to bring everybody up to speed on. Okay, so the first one is Scrabble. What are your thoughts on Scrabble?
I didn't. Okay, I guess the answer here is I was not really attached to Scrabble, but I fucked with Words with Friends.
Basically the same, right? I think
Basically the
that's
same.
fine.
Yeah.
I would say that I think there's something to being next to the person and like being able to talk smack and kind of, you know, the little bag with the wood tiles in it feels pretty good. Like that whole thing is nice. But Scrabble is a gem. It's a classic, you know, it's not a big, you know, heavy board game that's going to take a long time, not a lot of rules, but it just always hits, dude. And I recently found out that Mattel is doing a reboot of Scrabble. So the headline is Scrabble. Mattel launches new version of game which is less competitive. What are your thoughts, dude?
I don't like where this is going. The whole thing of Scrabble and Words with Friends is, look at me dominate you,
Right.
because my vocabulary and my lexicon is just so much better than yours.
My repertoire is stronger.
Yeah, I am smarter than you, that I am embodying you in a game about vocabulary, and that is the precipice of Scrabble or Words of Friends, is to assert your dominance mentally. And if you play it right, you can play for sexual favors,
Right.
and then it turns into
Strip
sexual.
Scrabble.
But yeah, the whole thing is you are supposed to let people know that you are smarter than them. And not only do you show it to them, you tell them that you're smarter than them.
That is the fun part. As you're winning, you can see yourself pulling away, and then you can ramp up the shit talk even more because you know they can't mathematically clear it, right? Like, that's the whole thing with Scrabble. The first board game I played with my girlfriend was Scrabble. It was at her house. Her roommate joined in. And like you said, they both got bodied, dude. And that's why we're still together, dude. You have to assert the dominance early and show your vocab, dude.
Oh, so you
it's
didn't
like,
throw the game. You went hard in the paint.
always.
let
I
it
don't
know.
let people win, dude. Fuck that.
Did it get into a point where you're like, where it turned into a little awkward? Like, oh, I guess you're smarter than me, Vic.
There was a little bit of bitterness there, but you know what? She's a good sport, and that's the thing too. Scrabble is a test of character. Okay, if you lose a Scrabble game and your friend's talking shit and you're gonna be bitter about it, instead of like taking it on the chin and like coming back, right?
Yeah.
That shows something about you. I think people need to be able to lose a game of Scrabble with grace.
There, and this has to happen in Scrabble. But Words with Friends is because when I first when I heard about Scrabble, I just thought you threw out the biggest words and showed everyone how big your dick is in terms of like the vocab world, right?
Yeah.
But there's also a strategy to it, which is there were some people who were so fucking good at the game that they were beating you with 3-letter words.
Right.
And that's where, I mean, eventually I wised up and I tried to kind of emulate that because I didn't play Scrabble. I just learned in the fire of Words with Friends. But to be able to like play the X strategically, so you're getting the triple letter on that.
Exactly. You save that
ways.
Z tile, dude.
Yeah, 2 ways and you get it. Like I didn't appreciate me throwing out big words and then I was getting bodied by X or zit.
Right.
Or zap. Like, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And I didn't understand the tile placement.
Hey, you better go longer, dude. Play Zephyr, dude. You got the letters. Let's see it, man. You know, xylophone. No, it's an X. Xylophone, sure. But I thought it was funny. Really quick from this article, it says the makers of Scrabble found that younger people, Gen Z people, don't quite like competitive nature of Scrabble. He said they want a game where you can simply enjoy language, words, being together, and having fun creating words. This generation's too soft, dude. I'm getting to the point. I'm old enough now where I can talk shit about the new generation with a straight face, dude. They're weak. There it is.
They don't like competing.
I guess. I mean, you just have to make it into like a social media version that has some way of getting likes, and then they'll be all over it, dude. You know?
I don't like that. I genuinely do not like the fact that when it's competitive, it turns you off. Competition is essentially one of it's human nature to want to compete,
Right.
to some degree. Like again, you know, we're not all going to the NBA and competing with LeBron James, but like on a smaller, you know, stage, just to compete, that's fun. I don't want to work with you. I want to beat you. That's the whole thing of games.
Yeah, what is this, some team project in college? We're writing a paper? No. I want to smoke you, dude, with my words.
How soft are you?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to work. We'll see. As a board gamer, I don't think it's happening. So the other piece of board game news that I have for you is they're making a Monopoly movie starring Margot Robbie. So I think
nice.
Barbie happened, and they're like, wow, this is a phenomenon. Yeah. What other IP can we throw Margot Robbie into and make $1 billion, right? I don't think Monopoly was it. She's also going to be in a Sims movie, which doesn't really fit into this segment, but Margot Robbie is getting all of the random movies of things that already are out there. And I just don't know how to feel about it, dude. Monopoly is terrible. What are they going to do?
I'll take her to Park Place.
Okay. Yeah, take her past Go, dude, right?
Yeah.
I just don't know. I'm worried about it. I think it's going to flop. I'm probably going to watch it.
Well, I mean, like, hey, Barbie, you know, as long as you didn't get offended at emasculated men. No, Barbie was like a perfect, like,
Barbie
we
was
all
good.
said, but we all said, I feel like I'm not going to exclude myself from that because I probably said, what movie can you possibly make from Barbie? And they did it.
I feel like there's more chance for Barbie than Monopoly, but I don't know. I mean, I think a Monopoly is just not a thing people like anyway. People don't like monopolies. It's a bad thing, right? So I just don't know how you can make I don't know. It just seems weird, but we'll see.
I will argue with you that Monopoly is one of the healthiest forms of competition because people will flip the table over with Monopoly. It's like, take that fucking iron and shove it up your ass, Dad, because I'm not fucking paying for you going triple condo on Boardwalk.
See, that's the problem with Monopoly. Everybody just rages out. It's not a game you can finish, dude. You know?
Well, what is without Googling it, how do you win in Monopoly? Is it a time limit, or do you have to stack that cash to a certain amount?
I
How
think
do
you
you
have to
win in
dry
Monopoly?
everybody else out. I think they
Yeah.
either need to run out of money or you just nah, dude. I hate this. You know. Um.
Yeah, because
So we'll
someone
see.
starts getting lucky rolls, and then all of a sudden, they get all the the railroads and utilities, and you're like, oh, this guy's killing,
Yeah,
dude.
and then you're sitting over there with those light blue tiles that make do nothing, right? And you're like, dude, what's happening? Maybe we should
No, I
play
mean,
Monopoly, dude.
I think
Want to
so.
give it a try?
I'm in. That could be a game night, like
Yeah.
for Monopoly. I mean,
I have a friend with like 3 different versions of Monopoly, and I'm like, why?
Mhm.
But this is why. She bought them for us.
oh, it's Margot Robbie. Maybe it'll be the community chest.
I'm in. Say
Yeah, dude.
less.
I can't do any more Monopoly puns out of my head. I can't even reference it. I just remember who the fuck wanted to be the shoe?
Some asshole. I always play the boat or the little thimble.
The thimble?
Thimble's that
Ah,
is really cool.
you went thimble, huh?
Mhm.
I mean, everyone wanted to be the race car, but like as you get older, you're like, all right,
It's
I
for
don't
the
know.
jocks, dude. That's immature race car.
It-
You're not racing
well,
anywhere. Watch this.
I mean, hey, we can do we can update where we can have the barista cup as one.
Yeah. We should make just like a modern Monopoly. It's got an
Mhm.
avocado toast.
Wait, is this one of the is this one of the Mandela effects where the Monopoly guy never had a monocle? Because in my head right now, I'm seeing monocle on him. Is that
That's
the
what
case? Where
you said that, and
we
I
talked
think
about this,
that's the
right?
peanut guy.
Wait,
I think
Mr. Peanut.
I think he
So
sometimes has it though.
I don't know. That's I'm having a Mandela effect about about the Mandela effect because I know we talked about this, but
He did.
does he have a
Sometimes he does, sometimes he
monocle?
doesn't. I'm looking at 2 images of the same guy, and one of them has a thing, and one of them doesn't. And he's literally doing the same little jog motion too. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah.
How come you can't be him in Monopoly? Oh, because he's the guy in all the cards.
He's the baller, dude. Yeah, he's
Mm.
not. You're playing his game, dude. You know?
We actually were playing Clue on Christmas.
Oh, that's fun.
Have you played Clue?
Not in a long time. I have like a
Yeah.
juiced up version of Clue, but not the
Mhm.
actual one. I watched the movie though, like last year, and it was pretty good. I actually liked it.
Clue is fun because you have to. I mean, you can just run through the whole thing like I think it was Colonel Mustard in the library with the candelabra and like, but it's like the whole premise of it is you're doing that, but you kind of make it theater because it's essentially dinner theater.
Yeah.
Someone killed someone and you're figuring it out. So like you try to paint the story and role play, but because me and my friends are so limited, we just say, "Oh, you killed him because you're having gay affairs with him." And like it was the whole theme was eventually like, "Oh, you killed him because or they killed him because of a gay affair." And that's where our minds went for about 20 minutes. We couldn't figure out other reasons for the MO or the modus operandi.
Wow, dude, you play Scrabble? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Modus operandi, dude. What do you know about that?
dude, that's you just blew my mind, man. I don't know. I gotta try Clue again, I guess, because the last time I played, I think was with family, and I don't know. My family's not super into board games. They're not super creative with that fun kind of outside the box. We're not
How
drama
did you,
kids, my family.
you're an only kid.
Yeah.
How did you get into board games? Who did you have to play with? Or did you want to play with someone so bad that you really wanted to go into board games?
You're kind of like exposing my childhood trauma right now, but I'll keep going. You know, see, I'm nail biting because I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I am an only child, no siblings. I don't know how I got into it actually. I got into it when I was in college and I was living with roommates actually, or right post college. I figured out like I bought this crazy expensive board game that the box is like 4 shoe boxes probably put together, and I was just living me and my like homies at the house, and we were all just there staying up late every day. So we said, what the hell? Why not just give it a shot? And then it was a real slippery slope, and I basically just was getting a new game like every couple weeks. But I was a late bloomer when it comes to board games. I It took a while. Yeah, but it's cool. You know.
Yeah, I didn't have like I am not an only child, but I grew up as one, and
Yeah, you
so I
get
didn't
it.
have board games. So the allure of board games to me never really hit. Maybe in school, like I'd play
Yeah.
something on a rainy day.
Mhm.
But my dad taught me chess. That was as good as it got.
That's tough too, because that's one of those games that it's not really fun unless you're good at it. Sort of, you know. Playing another idiot at chess is kind of fun, I guess, but it takes forever. Not enough action. You know, there are some board games you can play by yourself, and I was gonna try it the other day, and then I felt like that's a really lonely thing to do. I'm gonna not do it.
Yeah.
You know, I passed.
That's kind of like clicking on the ad and pouring of like, are you tired of beating off? And it's like, yeah, I am, and I'm gonna just go in on that ad. And it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, because the answer obviously is no. I'm not tired, and let me just skip the ad. But like
I'm here for a reason. Get out of my way.
Yeah, you were about to click on that ad,
It's the
dude.
algorithms, man. Get in
Are
your
you
head.
okay, dude? You want to talk?
I don't, I just, let's just move on, dude.
I mean, I understand solitaire.
Solitaire, dude. Have you played Solitaire? That's another lonely man's game. You know, there's certain things that it's funny how my opinion of doing things alone has changed, right? Like when I was younger, I used to think that going to lunch by yourself was like weird and sad. Now I love going to lunch by myself. I'll go to dinner. I went to Silver Lake Ramen the other day, totally by myself, chatting up the servers. I was on my phone. I wolfed it down in like 20 minutes, but I sat there for another 15 because I'm a grown ass man and I had nothing to do. It was actually really nice. Solitaire. I used to play solitaire when I was bored. Now solitaire is sad, dude. People who play solitaire are sad. I don't think there's any other way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of a cool thought because I love going to eat by myself. There is
Yeah.
like, and there are still people in our age group that will say how or why, and it's like
It's the best.
it's the actual best thing
Yeah.
to do. Have you ever
Except
watched
when
a
there's
movie
kids.
I
A
mean,
bunch
I
of
block
like
it out.
8 kids walked in. I had the whole place to myself this week. The Silver Lake Ramen. It was so peaceful. They even made a joke. I walked in and someone said, "Oh, here's the dinner rush," and I'm like, "Get ready, dude! I freaking put it down." Anyways, and then like 8 kids walked in and started just destroying my vibe, and I was like, "Okay, I need to get the hell out of here." But anyways, to answer your question, I have seen a movie by myself, and I was just gonna say that's another thing I changed my opinion on because I used to think like that's really weird. But now I would be open to it depending on the movie. I tend to watch movies with my homies though because we like movies, but I would do it alone for sure.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So your girl wouldn't lean over like, who's that? When a new character walks on, it's like I don't know.
Isn't that
Like,
so funny when people ask you stuff like that? It's like I'm here. I have the same information you do. What's going on?
Yeah, like we are watching the same movie for the first time, and the reason why I don't know is because I haven't seen it before, and you are not paying attention.
Right.
That happens a lot too.
I like going to the movies too because you can't pause. My girlfriend is a major pauser. We pause every movie at least 5 times. And I'm
Dude.
like a marathon movie watcher. I'm
Yeah.
sitting my ass down. I'm locked in, dude. You know?
I have a rule of thumb, which is, if I'm by myself, it's different. But like, let's say
Yeah.
you and me have movie night, we're sharing a blanket, and if I get up to use the restroom, I don't expect you to pause the movie. I actually don't.
It's on
Like, if
me to ask you if you want me to pause, though. That's
yeah,
the etiquette.
and I would say, you know what, like that's on me because I'm not my bladder is my problem, and if I was in a movie theater, I'd be missing out on this too.
Yeah.
So I have that same thought. The Guatemalan also pauses constantly.
What's
Constantly
going on
pause.
with this, dude? We should just watch movies together, you and me, and they can watch a movie themselves in the bathroom, on their phones or something. Just
Well,
cut
that's
the
why
middleman.
like the Guatemalan will actually she can break movies in half, which is we'll watch half of it today, and we'll come back to it tomorrow.
Do you
and
honor
watch
that?
it. I do because I'm not a fucking idiot and I'm not gonna keep pushing back. But I will say I would rather let's not start the movie
Yeah.
if we can't finish it today.
Okay, so I've taken a different approach to this. My girlfriend gets sleepy. Doesn't matter what the movie is. We could be watching a movie. As long as it's nighttime, she just KOs at like 9:30. She gets too cozy. There's no way around it. I just finish the movies now. After like the third movie of having to pause it and then like never come back to it, I just finish it. And I just tell her about it later. I tell her how it ended when I get in bed.
Well, that's me. I fall asleep during movies.
God. Well, you guys are, she's pausing, you're falling asleep. You guys both have your own problems, dude.
Well,
you're meant for each other.
Oh, then there's this whole thing of when you are falling asleep, and I don't know if your girl does this, but when you're falling asleep during a movie, like there's two different ways this goes, which is I'm legit falling asleep, and when you wake me up, I'm confused.
Right.
So when you say, "Are you sleeping?" You could ask me like, "Are we on planet Earth?" And I'd be like, "No, no, 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 no." I would just like default to some type of no, which then turns into an argument of you're lying to me now. You're falling asleep, and now you're lying, and now there's a bigger issue here, which it just happened because I was kind of not like, and I was falling asleep.
Right.
Then then this happens too with me, which is, I don't know about you, but like I'm awake and I'm listening to the movie, or I'm watching it. But like when like a line is said, you could not repeat it back. There's some times where like I understood what they said, but she quizzes me on what did they just say right now.
That's funny.
And I don't know how to answer it because I'm like, I understood the context of the scene. I couldn't quote you back, and then it turns into another fight, which is you were falling asleep and I legit wasn't. There's times when I am falling asleep, and if I deny it, I deny it. But there's times where I just I'm not falling asleep. I'm kind of watching.
You're fading.
And my brain was just ingesting a different way. And I'm like, I don't know how to say that. Does your girl do that?
No, but she does do the thing where she tries to fake me out and say she's not sleeping. But the thing she's always like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, what? Like, you're not even talking right now. Like, you're asleep right now.
Yeah.
You know? So, but it's okay. She's so cute when she's sleepy. I give her a slide, but yeah, I'm like, I now the movies that I actually want to watch and like really watch for the boys, dude. Or, we'll watch them at like noon, and drink coffee in the morning with it, because anything that's like real that I'm like really interested in, I can't split it. I just can't.
Yeah.
It's not the same. So.
Yeah. I mean, eventually I'll stop falling asleep during movies. No, I don't think I ever will.
I think you're on the you're on the downslope, dude, because you're getting older.
I was falling asleep in movies when I was 18 and 19 and 20.
This is me now.
When we watched what was it, The Last Jedi, you, me, and Javi?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I fell asleep.
I bet you fucking did. That was a long movie though.
Oh, actually, hold on, wait a minute. I think we watched that twice. I think we watched it wait.
I didn't watch it twice.
I watched it twice because, oh my God. All right, I remember this now. I think that time I saw it with you, I think, was the makeup because I fell asleep during some of it.
You were probably trying to, you were getting the back half.
Yeah, I was like, I got to watch
days apart, though. That's tough,
No, I mean, that happens, man. I fall asleep during movies like quite a bit. It kind of sucks. I am going to do the story before I let you go. How does that sound?
Wow, is there already time to go?
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's do it, dude.
One more? All right. Game show. What's your favorite game show?
Price is Right, hands down.
Oh, dude, nice.
Close second is Family Feud, I would say.
Good answer. Good answer.
That's the thing that gets on my nerves. It's not a good answer. Just be honest. Anyways, yeah, you're saying.
Well, chat. What's your favorite game show? Let's go.
With it.
Yeah. I like Jeopardy. I feel like.
Oh, frick! Hold up. Okay, it's a tie. That's another really good one. Sorry, go ahead.
But Jeopardy is truly a game of skill, like and knowledge. So like I think that's like
it's a different game.
It's a different game.
Yeah, it's not a common man's game.
Price is Right is actually one of my favorites too. What's your favorite Price is Right game?
Oh man, the one where the little yodeler is going up the thing?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Also, Plinko is just classic.
Plinko is the shit. Dude.
But Plinko, you have no agency in Plinko. You're just praying to God, Where some of these other ones, like, you can actually kind of do stuff.
I mean, I'd argue that you can't. Plinko is just the same chance because I never liked the one where the number was off in the price and is it higher or lower?
Dude, it's arbitrary.
It's like I don't like that. Plinko is at least you see, like
That's
it's
true,
it's
and you can play left side, right side. Like you can kind of try.
it's pleasing. The
Yeah,
sounds are very pleasing to that,
it's a
and
well designed game. It really is.
yeah, Plinko, and then you had to earn your chips too.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, oh, here's 5 chips. You actually had to play the game, and then you were able to see if you could cash out on that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I never liked uh what is it about? Is the Showcase Showdown. Like the
Oh
Showcase
nah,
Showdown
bro.
was always anticlimactic because it was always there was a really good showcase,
The one
and
with
then
the
there was
car.
like yeah, and then
Right.
there was always the one where it's like, hey, you get to go to Omaha, Nebraska, and
Right.
you get to fly through Spirit, and then you get like a
And here's a random
fucking
jacuzzi that won't fit in your yard, right? Or like
yeah,
some weird workout equipment. It's like,
yeah.
pass. I'm gonna pass.
I live on the second floor of an apartment in Glendale. Where am I going to
Yeah.
put this fucking jacuzzi? Like,
This is Los Angeles.
yeah, a lot of things that were coming, like were prizes, were not applicable in my life. Like, I could
Mm.
not take a washer and dryer. I could not take a, I mean, I could take a car, but I couldn't take any of these things into my life because I don't think they. I really will never understand the homeowner
Yeah,
mentality because
the Price is Right is a anti lower middle class show.
yeah, it's
Giving
not
away
for
these
renters.
prizes.
They should just say it right now. Oh, Legends of the Hidden Temple is another one.
That's pretty dope. Those
That's like
Japanese game shows also pretty good. I can't name them, but those are fun. It's a good answer.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. I when I was a kid, I always wondered why the kids never fought back when the guys were abducting them.
It's a good
I
question, dude.
I never understood. But actually, it's actually in my head. I'm remembering like when I always wanted to do all the stuff that they did like
Hmm.
in the end because you had to earn little tokens. You earned half tokens, and if you went into the wrong room, you can give the token and you do it. Am I remembering correctly where the guys would grab the kids and just fucking like bring them in, or
That's
did
kind of my recollection too, but I feel like is that kind of weird? But also, it was on Nick, right? So Nick is like a little
yeah.
like it could have been
Mm.
like the producers like grabbing the kids, you know? Like I think that's
Well,
something.
in Olmec, why do I see this pisses me off that I remember this stuff and I couldn't tell you anything of like actual value.
Yeah, you're
But
digging
Olmec,
deep, dude. I don't even
yeah,
know. I don't remember what
Olmec
that is.
was pre Dan Schneider.
Okay.
Yeah, so he like Mark Summers was not a part of that.
But who
You know,
taught Dan Schneider all he knows, dude?
I don't know, but like because they were in Orlando for
Oh,
Nickelodeon.
okay.
The Dan Schneider
Crew.
era, yeah, with Brian Pack was in the LA area after the
Mm,
fact. So that's why like you don't hear someone like Melissa Joan Hart talking about it. She's like, she had great experiences because it was pre their era and they were in like the other side of the
hey,
country.
you're educated on this because I was about to slander all of them, dude, Nickelodeon style, and you just
Dude,
said, "Nah, not this guy. He's
I am
cool."
not. Yeah, say what you want about God, but don't ever talk shit about Olmec, bro.
Dig it.
Like it ain't happening, dude.
Respect it.
Uh, if you have other game shows you want to share, do that. But the reason why I bring this up is former Price is Right producer reveals protocol for when excited contestants accidentally pee their pants. Uh,
Whoa.
actually, yeah. A former Price is Right producer tells people some of the show's behind the scenes secrets, including how they have protocols in case contestants pee their pants. The idea of being on national television and winning big bucks is pretty exciting, no matter who you are. This is why there used to be a protocol in place. In case contestants got a little too enthusiastic with their names when called up to come up and play, and they accidentally wet their pants, when I got there, they had a system in place in case someone peed their pants. And I feel like they're repeating it. Richards, who worked behind the scenes at places like Dick Clark Productions and Jeopardy, was at Price is Right as it transitioned from the Bob Barker era. I never saw it, but there were curtains and a blow dryer, pair of sweats just in case, and we'd have to get on with the show.
Wow. I thought they were
I
gonna
think
say
I,
everybody has to wear a diaper.
yeah, I, I went to the Price is Right taping
Did you get it? You
twice.
were at the show?
I was at the
Because
show.
don't they like gate people and they only let certain people in, like if you're really into it, or how does that work?
No, they if you make it, you make it. But
Mm.
what they do is they run you through interview contestants row, and it's a literal 30-second interview with people, and they kind of like size you up. But
To
the
see like
thing
if
is,
you're
like,
fun or like racist or whatever, or like what are they looking
yeah,
for?
I think they're looking for high energy people, really cool people that would like read well on TV,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I didn't get picked. But like you have to get there early. It's a true testament of you have to have high energy and you have to be there at 3 a.m. in order
No.
to. Well, if you're like if you don't have tickets to the show and
Oh,
you're like
okay.
walk in to get to like the 11 a.m. taping, we got to the Grove at 4 a.m. and just lined up out there to get
Dude, you guys
in the
are
Price is
about
Right.
it. I don't do anything before 6, bro. Like even if it
Yeah.
could be my wildest dream, I'm not down.
And we went and it was we saw Bob Barker do it. And
That's
I
sick.
went twice. The first time was at Bob Barker and we didn't get called up. We got like the first time we went, we just missed it. So we said, "Fuck, man, we're gonna have to run it back." We instead of us like waking up at 5 a.m. to go, we didn't sleep. We played World of Warcraft until
Legends.
3 a.m. with the Aussies, and then we left. And then we didn't even get called to the fucking Price
Yeah,
is
'cause
Right.
you're all burned out and shit.
Didn't even have a chance to piss my pants on stage, dude.
Wow.
Like,
That's funny that that's the issue they deal with though, peeing your pants, you know?
mm.
Ah, that'd be so terrible. They'd probably cut it and have them redo it. I would think. Like they just tell everybody, "Hey, forget that. We're going to do it again." But he's wearing overalls this time or, sweats or whatever.
Well, I mean, like I think if I had to say it, I think women are more likely to pee their pants than guys, right?
Definitely. I don't know any dudes that pee their pants. Like when they
Mhm.
laugh, nobody pees their pants.
Yeah,
It's a
like
chick thing.
I've heard it quite a few times where girls are like, "Stop! I'm gonna pee" when they're laughing, and I'm like, I can't comprehend that because I'm so in control of my bladder.
Right.
That's just not something that comes to my it hits me in the head. Like I can't comprehend that.
I'm the
I've
master
never
of my domain. Nothing going in and out without my permission, dude.
if I'm close to pissing myself, or it's because I haven't gone in a while.
Right.
It's not because I'm so excited.
But I'm gonna be doing the dance. I'm gonna do the pee dance for like at least I can sustain that for like 3 or 4 minutes probably before it's like I'm gonna burst.
What's the all right, when was the last time you pissed yourself?
My baptism.
When you were 23.
No, I was like 5.
Why'd you pee yourself
I
at your
actually
baptism?
crapped and peed myself at my baptism. I was wearing a white suit. I was wearing an all white suit and white Nike Cortez. Okay, fresh, bro. And we were at this
Oh.
big party. I remember it like it was yesterday. This big
Mhm.
party. And I was knocking on the bathroom door, and this guy's like,
Mhm.
"Oh, go away, I need time." And I'm like, "I really gotta go." And I kept knocking, and I should have found an adult or somebody should have helped me. But I would think it was my understanding that there was only one bathroom, and so I'm knocking, knocking, knocking. Eventually, I crapped my white suit, dude, and and I'm traumatized to that day. And you know what's crazy? That whole outfit was cursed because like a week later, I was wearing my white Nike Cortez, and I stepped in dog shit in the front yard, and my parents just sacrificed the shoes too, and I'm like. The whole outfit was given back to God, dude. Like it just didn't make it.
Yeah, dude, you're not built for that, dude.
No,
Maybe like you're like the mark of the beast or something.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, something was work. My skin was tingling. It was off.
There was a time I went to the bank with my mom and I had to go to the bathroom and I just pulled down my pants and just pissed right in the middle of the bank.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, I recall another time peeing my pants. Similarly, I was in first grade. Mrs. Knox would not let me go to the bathroom, and I asked so many times, and she was like, "No, you can't." So I just literally pissed myself in my chair, and I was just looking straight at her. I just did the whole thing. And I was like, "Whatever." And I got up after that to hand stuff out. I was also 5. I was big on peeing myself when I was 5, I guess. And she was having us hand stuff out to the class, and I was handing stuff out with my piss pants. And they sent me home. I guess I was dragging it around the class, But I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. You need to let me leave. Like, I won't be locked down like this, dude.
I remember shitting my pants in 2nd grade, and I vividly remember this. I remember it was at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, school's almost out. School is almost out. And I just like fucking, I shit myself, dude. It was bad.
Yeah.
And we had to wait and line up at the door. And I was trying to stand in the back. And someone says, and I remember someone said, did you like,
Dude, it smells like
did you
shit.
go in your pants? And I was like, no, it's not me. I think it was like, I don't know what's going on. And it was the longest 3 minutes of my life, and I remember running to my dad because he was out there to pick me up, and I said, "We need to get the fuck home because I shit myself." And I was in second grade, and
Yeah.
I escaped. No
That's
one in
so
second
funny,
grade
dude.
knew that I actually did. There was one person who was on the scent, no pun intended. Then they were able. They knew something was
They
up.
sniffed you out.
They said. I shit myself, dude. I think there was a time when I was seventh grade, like about pissing myself, that every once in a while, dude, I will have a dream, and this happened in seventh grade, and this happened like, and the seventh grade is the only time where I pissed myself at night. I dreamed I was at Disneyland, and I remember going to the toilet, and for some reason I knew it was a dream in my head and back because I didn't go to the urinal. I went straight to a stall. And I always remember I know which bathroom it was in Disneyland. It was the one that's right by the Alice in Wonderland ride. And all of a sudden I start peeing, and I thought to myself, it's really warm in here and I don't understand what's going on. And I woke up mid piss,
You
and
peed yourself in real
I
life.
was pissing myself, dude.
I've done that too, actually, but I didn't. This is bringing back a lot of memories for me. Actually, I think I shut them away, and now I'm remembering peeing in my dream, and then actually it's real. That's happened to me as well. I think that's a common thing. Not great though. Yeah.
And there is going to be a time it's going to come full circle. If we make it old enough, we'll be pissing ourselves again.
Someone else is gonna have to deal with it though, dude. So whatever.
Oh man. Well, I think that's a good place to end. But before we even go and end, I am doing the Ice House at Pasadena again, April 20th. So,
Blaze
come
it.
up, show out, dude.
Let's do it.
We'll make it a thing. I'll
That's
take
fun.
pictures with you.
Everybody gets their own table. That place is great. Come through,
Yeah,
y'all.
come through. 5 p.m. show, April 20th. April 20th, bro, dude.
That's what I'm saying, man. All
getting
the boys are
hyped,
gonna be out
dude.
there.
Yeah, so come through if you're free. Love to see you there. Victor, where can they find us?
Yeah, we are To Live and Talk in LA. You can find us on Twitch and YouTube, live streaming every Wednesday at 7:30. You can also find us on social media platforms, mainly IG. Check us out, guys.
One day we'll get good at X.
Yeah,
One
we're
day.
getting there.
All right, peace.
Peace.